So there's a Minecraft movie now. We have Jack Black yelling,
"Flint and steel."
There's a lava chicken musical number.
Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack.
And honestly, it's weird seeing it all so shiny and official, because that's not how I remember Minecraft. Back in the old days, your world didn't need a plot. It needed a dirt house, a crafting table, and a single torch if you were lucky. No mods, no shaders, just pure simple chaos. Multiplayer meant sitting on the floor with your friends arguing about who stole whose iron. Redstone just kind of existed, no one really knew how it worked, and building a basement digging a little 6x6 into a mountain and calling it home. I don't miss the updates, I don't miss the new features, I miss the feeling it gave me. Back when Minecraft was just a blocky sandbox with no rules, and that was enough. And if you remember that version, maybe you miss it too. The first time I saw Minecraft was on an iPad in 2011 when I was only 11 years old. Not a fancy gaming PC, not a console, an iPad, Pocket Edition. I distinctly remember leaning over someone's shoulder at lunch, watching them punch trees with a single finger, thinking, this is it? This is the game that everyone's so obsessed with? But after a couple weeks, I finally caved and I played it, and suddenly I got it. That infinite grassy field, that weird floaty arm animation, those 4 hotbar slots, it was so simple, but it felt like I had stepped into a completely different world. You weren't given a story, no tutorial, they threw you into a blocky planet and said, good luck. And somehow, to my 11-year-old self, that was the most exciting thing I had ever seen. I built houses that were just squares. I stacked dirt all the way to the sky and called it a tower. I had no clue what I was doing, but I was having the absolute time of my life. Creative mode felt like being handed the keys to the universe. I mean, I could fly, I could build a pyramid out of diamonds and trapdoors that led to nowhere and call it architecture. And every session felt like a blank canvas with infinite possibilities. And at the time, everyone was playing this game. At school, it was the topic of conversation. At recess, it was the strategy meeting with your friends. We played LAN multiplayer during free time once we finally figured out how to set it up properly. And every single game devolved into utter chaos. Someone was always trying to grief the base, or they were trying to set an entire forest on fire, or they were just trying to spawn in a million chickens which would eventually crash the server. Sure, Pocket Edition was kinda janky. I mean, mobs were clipping through walls, the lighting was glitchy, the controls were super weird, but it didn't matter because this was Minecraft and it fit into your backpack. It was raw, stripped down, and missing a ton of features. You remember how there wasn't even a nether? All we had was a nether reactor which spawned you into a netherrack cage with zombie pigmen and random loot. There was no pressure to survive perfectly or build beautifully, just pure imagination, joy, and late night mining sessions underneath your covers. And looking back, I don't think it necessarily was the game itself that I miss, it was just how accessible it was. Minecraft came to us, wherever we were, and that made it feel like ours. But then came the Xbox 360. And listen, if Pocket Edition felt like Minecraft in your backpack, the console version felt like Minecraft had leveled up entirely with cheat codes. A full controller, a big screen, the HUD actually looked pretty crisp. I mean, the menus made sense and the whole experience felt legit. I remember vividly loading into my first game at my friend's house thinking, wait, this is the same game that I've been playing on my iPad this whole time? Now you didn't need a PhD in Wi-Fi settings to actually play with your friends. We were on split screen, arguing over who stole the diamonds or whose pet wolf mysteriously disappeared. Split screen Minecraft was pure chaos in high definition, and yet it was the most fun I've ever had. We made roller coasters that went nowhere, castles that defied physics, and pixel art of inside jokes that no one outside of our friend group would understand. So what made the Xbox era so magical for me was how shared it was. We weren't always just playing together, we were physically next to each other, yelling, laughing, pushing each other off cliffs in game, and occasionally wrestling for screen space on a tiny couch. Xbox Minecraft felt like a true celebration. It brought people into the same room, made memories out of every respawn, and turned blocky chaos into something you never wanted to log off from. Now, if Minecraft on the iPad was the introduction, and Minecraft on the Xbox was the glow-up, then Minecraft on the computer, full-blown enlightenment. For me, it happened in the 8th grade when I went over to my friend Zeb's house. We were supposed to just hang out, maybe ride bikes or something, but the second he opened up his PC and booted up Minecraft, everything else disappeared. It somehow looked different. The interface, the render distance, the freaking FOV, and then he let me give it a try. And that was all she wrote. I fell in love instantly, for the 3rd time. I remember running around in a survival world thinking, wait, there's more of this? This is real? The game felt smoother, deeper, like it wasn't just Minecraft anymore, it was Minecraft Unleashed. And Zeb being the absolute legend that he is, he bought me Minecraft with his mom's credit card. Right then and there, I didn't even ask, and I was speechless. I remember staying up all night. He taught me everything about PC Edition and how it differed from the Xbox and Pocket Edition. There was so much more to do. I was completely blown away by how many more avenues you could explore. I remember going home the next day absolutely ecstatic. I booted up my dad's mini work PC that had the processing power of a microwave. I installed Minecraft, then I discovered texture packs, then mods. And that's when I fell down the rabbit hole. Mods were like cheat codes and expansion packs had a baby. I played with magic, flew on dragons, and created entire automated factories. And suddenly, Minecraft wasn't just a sandbox, it was a complete universe builder. And of course, that came at a price. Within 48 hours, I had downloaded enough sketchy jar files to absolutely nuke that computer. Pop-ups, lag, random crashes, and at one point the fans were louder than a jet engine. But I kept going, because every new mod felt like I was discovering a new secret level for the game that I already knew. PC Minecraft wasn't just a little upgrade. It was a creative explosion. The possibilities were literally endless, and the chaos was even better. So shout out to you, Zeb, and your mom's credit card. You didn't just buy me Minecraft, you opened a portal to modded bliss, to a version of the game that felt infinite. And yeah, also to the death of my dad's work computer, so thanks. Now, somewhere along the way, I stopped just playing Minecraft and I started watching it. To be honest, I don't even really remember how it started. Maybe it was a tutorial on how to tame a wolf or build a piston door. Maybe it was just a random Minecraft Let's Play that was recommended by YouTube's ancient algorithm. But the second I clicked on my first video, boom, a whole new obsession. Suddenly I wasn't just building blocky houses, I was watching legends build empires. People like Bajan Canadian, Captain Sparkles, Dan TDM. They had intros, music, full-on role plays. And to me at the time, they were superstars. I'd sit for hours watching them mine, craft. They made it feel like Minecraft wasn't just a game, it was an experience that you could share. And more importantly for me, they made content creation feel possible. That was the first time I really understood what YouTube could be. It wasn't just random cat videos or music. It was people building entire communities out of a simple little block game. And I wanted in. I started recording little videos myself with my iPad propped up against yearbooks with most likely the worst audio you'd ever heard. But Minecraft gave me something that no other game had ever done. A reason to create. A reason to share my ideas, stories, and builds no matter how weird they were. And I watched every YouTube series like it was a Netflix drama. Survival Islands, Hunger Games, modded adventures. I knew every intro song by heart. I waited for uploads, I left comments like "You're my hero," and to be honest, I meant it. Those creators didn't just entertain, they made me feel like I could be one of them. Minecraft was my creative spark, and those early YouTubers, they were my inspiration. It's funny to me that most people think that Minecraft is just mining and crafting. But for me, it was the launch pad into storytelling, scripting, editing. And even though my first uploads were some of the worst videos ever made, they meant everything to me. Because in that moment, I wasn't just a kid with a computer, I was a YouTuber. So all that to say, Minecraft's still here, it's still thriving, still breaking records, crossing platforms, and raising a whole new generation of players. But it's different now. There are frogs, axolotls, goats. The caves are massive now, there's actual lore. And don't get me wrong, it's impressive. The updates are wild, the tech is incredible, but it doesn't feel the same. And it's not the game that changed, it's how we experienced it. Back then, it was new, untouched. No guides, no wikis, no YouTubers explaining every secret. You figured things out by trial and error, or you just made it up and called it canon. And there was something raw about that, something magical. Every new block was a discovery. Every death was a lesson. Every creeper explosion was tragic and hilarious. Now the game's smarter, cleaner, polished. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I missed the jank. The weird little glitches, the scuffed graphics, and the moments that weren't supposed to happen but became memories anyway. It's kind of like growing up. The game's still great, just like we all are. But that spark, that beginner's wonder, it's hard to recreate once you've seen behind the curtain. I don't hate what Minecraft is now. I just really, really miss what it used to be. It wasn't just a game that I played. It was the soundtrack to my childhood. The canvas where I learned to imagine. The world where I felt free. Through every version, Pocket Edition, Xbox, PC, it was there. Growing with me, teaching me. It introduced me to creativity, to friendship, to content creation, to who I am now. So yeah, I miss Minecraft. Not because it's gone, but because that time in my life was special. And this game was right there with me.